Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel, Texas Gal Treasures. Let me know. I have a different mic set up, and if it's not working, then I will figure this out. So let me know in the chat because I know I've got some friends waiting. Pardon me for being a couple minutes late. It's like they say it's like riding a bike, right? So I'm getting back at it with my garage sale hauls and coming alive. So I've got quite a few things here I'm going to share with you. And let me just say, I want to hope that I still have the touch. I've got a number of items that I picked up from garage sales. I shared this one in the thumbnail, and I'm going to share with you what I bought it for and how I knew to buy it or whether I had the inclination to buy it and what I think I can get for it. So here we go. So first off, can you guys hear me okay in the chat? That's what I need to know for sure before I really get running with the video. So this actually, I didn't even see this item because it was in a box. And maybe I'll come back to that in a second. The lady had this box full of shells. Hang on. Let me pull it up here. I did not look up all these shells. Hang on. 1, 2, 3. I have emptied. Oh, good. It sounds good. Good. I emptied all the shells into this basket because I bought the box sight unseen, other than I saw shells, because when I walked up to this garage sale, I saw this little bird sitting on a table with a couple of other little bits of birds and glassware. And you know me, I'm not going to walk up. If you know what this is already, then you know, if you know. So I saw this, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, okay, beelined it to this little bird. And I said, how much for your little glass bird? And she's like, I don't know, like 50 cents or something. So I was like, okay, score. She's like, there was another one. And I knew exactly because I have the pair that looks just like this, only tinier. So if you're unfamiliar, I'll come back to these. I'll leave the shells here. If you are unfamiliar, this is a brand called Sabino. And it's this opalescent glass, which I'm going to cover with my fingers. It's kind of hard to see. You can kind of see it, but when you hold it up to the light, you can really, maybe I can do it with my phone. If you don't mind me blinding you for a second here. Well, I don't know if it's going to work. But you can kind of see it's opalescent. I went back and forth between doing a video sharing with you all of the things I picked up at this garage sale or a video about Sabino Glass. I'll probably come back and do a Sabino Glass video as well. I happen to collect it. So I don't collect many things. And the only reason I collect Sabino Glass was I had kind of a starter collection that belonged to my grandmother. And so I saw this. I thought, oh my gosh, I have the pair that are 2 little birds that look like this, only they're tinier because they're quite expensive. So this was one. And she was like, oh, maybe the other one is in that box of shells. So that's why I was like, well, how much if I just buy the whole box of shells? So it was quite a large box of seashells. She's like, $5 for the whole box. I was like, I'll take it. So I brought the whole box of shells. I'll come back to the bird. I have my slides in order. So let's see in the chat. I'm gonna come in the chat 1 second. So I didn't look up all the shells, but maybe you guys know a little more. Like this piece is really pretty. It's like ammonite, but not like fossilized ammonite. So this was the big conch shell. And that's the thing. It's like some of these things, I know there are people who know their shells and they know what shells are worth. I am not one of those people. So what I have to do is just figure out what the shell is called and look it up. I actually had somebody message me yesterday, and I was like, oh, I hope they don't think I'm being rude. But I got an email from someone saying, hey, my husband just found, or we got all these comic books. And do you have any tips for how you were selling all your comic books and how you looked it up and how you found the price? I said, I just looked them up one at a time on eBay and went from there and just made notes. And then just took pictures and listed them. It was nothing, there was no secret or fanciness. So basically you just put the legwork in. There may be a quicker way, but that's just the way I did it. I am going to come back in the chat. So let me screen share real quick. I got a treat for y'all in a little while at the end. So make sure you stay to the end because I got a treat for you. So I did look up conch shell, and I know, ooh, let me make myself a little bigger so you can, how do I want to do this? It's been a while. I'm coming back at you with the, I haven't done this in a little bit. So I know there's different types of conch shells, and I'm guessing quality and size and et cetera is probably what is important. As you can see, like these are more spiky and these have more browns. This one looks pretty bleached and kind of like ho-hum, right? So I'm guessing the one that I've got here is probably not worth a whole lot. So at that point, I have to decide, is it something that's going to be worth me listing? Or is it something like, say, here's one that's $18.99 with the shipping is $12. So maybe, I mean, I'm not really a seashell kind of person. I have a couple that I think are cool. I'm trying to figure out my buttons. All right, here we go. So yeah. Oh yes, Chris, when I come back to the bird, I will definitely do that because I have a couple of pieces to show you. All right, Shell, where are you going? I need a better system. I need a better system. All right, so the next thing was this coral piece. It's in a bag because there's a couple little bits that are broken off. So any help that you guys might have, hang on, let me make this. Nope, wrong way, Margaret. There we go. So it looks like this. Let me see if I can take it out of the bag without breaking it more. It's very fragile. No, I'm just gonna let you look in the bag. This may end up words today. These things, if I can't decide about selling them or not, what I will generally do is there's a local like buy nothing group. I might just put it in the buy nothing group, but we'll see. I haven't decided yet. I need to do a little more research. So on this one, I found a couple pieces like sea coral. That one sold for $10. I feel like this wasn't the one I was looking at though. There, I'll come back to Sabino. So yeah, I mean, there were little bits here and there. This one was $24.50. It's so fragile though. Look at the shipping on this. Whoa, where did it go? That's a cool one too. So this one, I mean, it might actually be worth me. Why can I not speak today? I tell you what, it might be worth me listing if I can sell it for $25. But I've got to be super duper careful because it is very fragile. Let me come back big. I'm just getting reacclimated to using StreamYards again. I haven't even paid for it, so you can see the little logo up there probably. And then I've got, little abalone shell. I've got a couple of these because I use them for stuff like when I do saging and stuff around the house. I have a couple incense, and then there's just a few other little, like this has got seahorse, little teeny shells. This other one has got, this one has some pretty shells in it. I just don't know. This is one of those things where I'm going to have to look up stuff and see, is it worth it? My dad has a new aquarium, right? So here's a couple others. And then this too, y'all tell me what you think about this. This was in there. It's a giant rock. It's very flat. Maybe she used it to display on, but here we go. This hopefully will also, Jack says, go tickle the thumb for this hardworking gal. I'll give you something that will tickle your fancy. Thanks for that. But this is going to be one of these not for sale. And the only reason I'm showing you is because my dad does not watch my channel. So I have no fear that he's going to see this. I shared this with my sister last night. It's a piece of coral. And she set up a new aquarium for him. He loves aquariums. So she set up an aquarium for him for his birthday. And I found this coral in the box too. And I said, what? Elaine, why don't we give this to Dad for his aquarium for Christmas? And so Dad's going to her for Christmas. Mom's coming to me for Christmas because we had to split the difference. So when she comes over Thanksgiving, I'm going to send this home with her. And she's going to wrap it up for Christmas, put it under the Christmas tree for Dad. But my sister's very handy, and she's a very aquarium. She used to have a pet store and she had aquarium stuff. And so she's going to rig it up with one of those little bubble things. And she's going to get it all fixed up for Dad for his tank for Christmas. So I told her whenever he opens the present, whenever he opens his Christmas present, she needs to like record it because I'm dying. Just I can't wait. Okay. Anyway, sorry if I lost you there, if that was a little too crude for you, but we had a good chuckle over that. Anyway, okay, next. Oh, this was in there as well. So this, and I actually had to look up what this is called because I was like, it's not a sea star, it's a sea biscuit. This is one of those things you just have to like, hang on, I'm coming back to those. I'm coming back to that. I know I had it open. Here we go. I'm also a little distracted by my eyes looking red. I put on too much eyeliner and my eyes appear red to me now. So as you see, I got this sea biscuit sand dollar thing, and yeah, they're not really selling for a whole lot. So what I might end up doing too is another option is just gathering up the ones that I don't think I'll sell individually and just make a lot. And something fell out. And then figure out how I'm gonna secure them so they don't break. Some of them are very fragile. Okay. All right, so here, let's get back to, let me check in the chat and then we're going to talk about Sabino Glass and I will spell it and all of that fun stuff for you. I'll make a whole video about Sabino because I'll have to pull out all the Sabino from my case. I finally have a case to put it in too now that I'm here. So hello, Jack. Thanks for being here. Hi, Lori. And again, apologies for being a little tardy. I was, getting back on the horse. Hello, Crazy May and Lo. Thank you for being here. Hello, Ravina. And Ozpickers, hi from Australia. Let's see who we've got else here. Listen to me talk today. Vintage Body, Mind and Soul. I think it may be the Eclipse has everything flip-flopped. What do you think? Can you, okay, okay, I'm going to spell that in a second. Sabino. Hi, Miss Kitch and Lorraine. Did I say hi already? Okay, coming. Okay, here we go. Hello, Sue. Hello. Sue, let's jump back over to the Sabino because I've got all of my, there we go. So Sabino Glass is made in France and it is opalescent and can be very highly valuable. So some of these bits that you see here, like I have this little angel and I have one of these teeny birds. This little bird here is probably maybe an inch and a half. So it's really, really small. So this lot of these 5 pieces sold for $125. This little fish, this one here, you can see it says 2 inches tall. So it's very small and it sold for $35. Pardon me. There are some that are really, really valuable. Like here's this like different vases and things like that can be really valuable. And then I know I saw this glass fish here, so now I'm looking for it. And So I mean, this would look similar to it, but this is again one of these really small ones that sold for $20. This one will probably, if I were to sell it, which I'm not. Here we go. Here it is. It went on auction for $50, but that was not quite the same one that I've got here. Is that it? That's it. Here we go. I don't normally do auctions. So if I were going to list this, I would probably, and that's in the UK as well. Are there none in the US? See, that's another thing when I think about pricing is, are there any, how many are up for sale? How many have sold? And then how many are for sale in the US? Because sometimes that will play a factor. If there are 2 of them up there, one of them's in the UK, one of them's in the US, mine might be a little more expensive on the price, but the shipping might be a little less, etc., etc. So I can always adjust my price based on that. So Sabino, Sabino is how that is spelled. So that's the fish. And then I got the little bird. And I do have the pair of the other little ones that are teeny tinier than this. I think I will. I'll do a Sabino Glass video. And I believe they put gold in the glass when they're making it, and that's what makes it have the opalescent. I'm gonna have to I'll have to create a video because when I hold it up to the light, you can really see it. And so it's when you know it and you can spot it from a mile away. It's, you know, when I saw it at the garage, I was like, beelined it from it. Hello, Deborah. And then, oh wait, here we go. Let me screen share again. Okay. So yeah, there, it's something good to look out for. And some of the bigger pieces and the bigger pieces, and then the pieces that are figural. There's a woman, I have one of them. So here you can see like the Venus de Milo, but still this Venus is probably maybe 4 inches tall. It's, you know, some of these pieces are not very big. I'm going to zoom up to the top and show you just like, it's kind of like an Art Nouveau woman. Maybe if I can spell it. I have one of them and she's gorgeous and she would probably sell for about, I don't know, $500 if I sold her. So here you can see one of them. And they're usually nude, if you don't mind, a nudie. Is that all there are? Wow, I'm surprised. Let me take off sold. I could have swore I saw one. So you can see here this Sabino opalescent woman. Isn't she gorgeous? And this one is up for sale for $1,300. And here's another 700. That's not the one I've got. The one I've got, she's got like her arm up and she's like pouring water or something like that. Nope, she's not on here. Okay. So keep an eye out for Sabino Glass. And okay, the next thing I got, this same garage sale. Oh, I have another glass piece I'm going to show you. But the woman had these two. And if you know who I'm going to send these to, these are not going to be for sale, but I'll show you anyway. My friend Joe Clay, who I did all my merch stuff with. He's my good buddy. I saw these that the lady, she had him all these Christmas ornaments out. And I was like, oh my gosh, did you go to Oklahoma? Did you go to OU? And she's like, no, my mom did. And I said, oh, my friend Joe was like bananas for the Sooners. Everything on his Facebook page is like Sooners. It's either Sooners or Sunsets. So she let me have one for free. Isn't that sweet? As soon as I said, hey, I'm going to send this to my friend Joe. She's like, oh, just take them. So I couldn't find the exact like glass Sooners covered wagon, but there were some other. No, those are just. See, that's not a glass one. $15. Anyway, there are fanatics out there, and they want their Sooner stuff. So, but those are going to go to Joe. I already had them in a box and everything. Back in the box. Okay. Oh, hello, Mary. How are you? Hello. All right. So next, what do I have? I can show you. Okay, did that one already. Okay, this was another one this is the first I found of this, and I'm trying to decide if I'm going to sell it. This was another one of the birds, the glass birds. I was like, I see Sabino. And then I see this other frosted bird who is not Sabino. So you can see like this was just kind of frosted glass, but it's also still really good. And then this one, you can see the opalescence in the glass for the Sabino glass. And there's another one that's like Sabino glass that does the opalescence, and I can't put my finger on the name of it. I'm sure you know what the name of it is, and you can help me. But it's kind of like Sabino glass, but it's not. Okay, this one is also a really good glass maker, and it's Baccarat. And this has got the stamp Baccarat France on the bottom. Sabino glass is also marked. Sometimes I should show you this. It would help you, right? Sometimes it's got the sticker, and you can see there that one says Sabino. My camera sometimes is finicky. Anyway, it says Sabino on the bottom. It's etched. And then Baccarat's is this one is more like a little stamp. Okay, not perfect. No. But this little duck, cute as he is, frosted, is, let's see. And I haven't decided if I'm going to keep it or not. See, there's regular. Here's how you spell the Baccarat, B-A. Unless I'm butchering the name, y'all let me know. The clear one here, that little duck that's pecking in the mud, it was sold for $45. Again, these are on auction. I don't normally do auctions. Baccarat, there's some other ones that, I mean, $47, that's nothing to sneeze at for a little green glass duck, right? And so here's my duck, $40. And again, these were ones that she was like, I don't know, 50 cents. I was like, yeah, I'll take it. 50 cents. I can do something with that. Easy. So keep an eye out for Baccarat as well. And yeah, they can be clear as well. So if you flip them over, and I don't know, like I said, I'm going to click on one because I really don't know this one a lot, but this is how I learn. I just see, look, he's got the little scrapey stamp too on the bottom. So when you go out and you're looking, you can flip over the little ducks or birds or what have you and see if it's got that Baccarat stamp on it for the bottom. So that, like I said, I'd heard of the brand before. I never found any before, but whenever y'all, this is how you learn as you go. You see something, you pick it up, you see something similar, you start looking into it, and you just build on what you learn. This one is not going to be for sale, but I had to show it to you anyway. So this was another one of the ornaments that she had. Y'all feast your eyes. It is a glass ornament, if you can feast your eyes. And it has got this worm in it. So it's this hollow glass. Isn't it fantastic? Sorry, my lights are just gonna. How cool is that? And he's sticking out. Isn't that awesome? I don't see any kind of marks on it at all. But it doesn't matter because he's just so cool. I have to keep him. Right? Isn't he? Yeah, he's in an apple. There's the leaf. He's in an apple and he's got this little worm in there. Isn't he fun? So yeah, that's going to stay with me. This is the perks. Now, I was running late because this is the first time I've done this in a while, but I wanted to share with you a couple other things I didn't look up yet, but this is one of the brands that if you see Reed and Barton, they make ornaments and make other stuff that's silver. So when I saw this, the lady had all of her Christmas ornaments. I guess it was her mom's, and she was much older. So her mom, maybe, I don't know. So as you can see, I knew Reed and Barton makes a lot of silver plate stuff. And automatically when I opened the box, it was in a little tarnish bag. So check and check. So then this was the ornament that was in there. It's really pretty. Enamel, looks like they're ice skating on a river or something, like so. And I did not get the chance, and it doesn't have a mark on the back of it. So I'm wondering, like, if you were to find this and it not be in the bag or box, how would you know? And now I'm like, but maybe it's not what you think it is. Colors of Christmas. There's like even a little card in there. So I'm going to look it up real quick just because that way I can show you education. That's what this is all about, right? Reed and Barton Christmas ornament. Reed. And that way you also have another, brand to keep in the back of your mind. Reed and Barton Christmas ornament. Let's put ice skating. That's what I would do if I were looking it up, which I am. So this Reed and Barton holly stocking, $55. I'm going to scroll down to sold, but you can see some of the prices on these that are up for sale for Reed and Barton. A little rocking horse, 20. I like to make it where you can see more, but it won't let me right now. So now I'm wondering, there's a cross. I'm beginning to wonder if this is actually a Reed and Barton. That's the only other thing is now I need to confirm that it is a Reed and Barton because it's not silver in color. I'm trying to read what this is. Colors of Christmas. Oh no, covered in 14 karat gold. It's saying on the back of this. So it's covered in 24 karat gold. Covered in 24 karat gold. So colors of Christmas. That's what I need to type in. Reed and Barton. Reed and Barton Christmas ornament. Colors of Christmas. Okay, so it is gold. Aha. So here's one that looks like a little sleigh. That's more the style that I was thinking of. $15, but still not bad. I don't see, and this is another thing too. When I'm trying to figure out the price, if I can't find it, and I see lots of others, I mean, because there are people fancy people, they want their fancy ornaments, and like, oh, I don't have the one where they're ice skating. Gosh darn it, I'll pay $3,000 million for it. So if I can't find it, then I will just name my price. So as you can see, they're all about, 20 bucks or so. That one's 35. But truly, I mean it, like if I don't find it on there, even if every other one in that theme is $17 to $20, if I can't find it anywhere, I will put more on it and put best offer. Because there will be somebody out there who's got the complete set and they will want this one to complete their complete set, their incomplete set, I should say. So if I can't find it, I will put more. And then this, I haven't had a chance to look it up. I'll have to look them up later. But they're glass. Let me show you. And they're little place name holders. See, they look like little bouquets, and they're glass, like this part here. And then the little flowers are glass. And then they're the name cards for fancy parties. Isn't that cute? I don't know brand or anything. So y'all are talking about coffee and waffles in the chat. Like, I'm like, let's see. Okay. Anyway, this was another item that was in their really cool glass ornament or like window, like sun catcher. I didn't get a chance to look that up either. There's no marks or names on it. And truly, it might just end up in my window. This is one of the other things that, Christmas. I mean, not Christmas, but thrifting and garage selling, you find really nice things for yourself. Then I got this one, which is it's a White House historical ornament. And, oh, thank you, Susie Star. Hi. She says, you explained very well. And this one was so cool. Normally, like commemorative ornaments, I'd be like, whatevs. But this one is so cool. It's layered metal, and it looks like this, Model T or whatever kind of car this is supposed to be. I'm not sure. Somebody's going to tell me the right name. True. And there's Eleanor Roosevelt with her hat. We're going to pretend like it's Eleanor Roosevelt anyway. So cool, right? And that one's White House Historical Association ornament, blah, blah, blah. But it's got some really cool details on it. Like so. Okay. And again, this is one I'll just have to look up. I didn't get a chance to look it up for you guys. But these are the things I'm buying. And I think already I think I spent maybe $25. And for sure, well, I say that, but I'm not going to sell. If I just sell the duck, then I'll make my money back. But come on, I got a Christmas present for my dad. I got 2 more Sabino Glass for me. I got this apple worm and some other ornaments to sell. So I'm good. Now, next up, let me see what I've got next on my, okay. Jewelry friends. I got some jewelry. So I got these earrings, and because my eyes are as they are, I couldn't tell at the garage sale if they were ivory or bone because I couldn't tell. But the lady at this garage sale, all of her little baggies of jewelry were like 50 cents. It was really super cheap. So I thought, well, either way, I'm going to go ahead and get them. And when I brought them home, I believe they're bone. I couldn't see any Schreger lines. Let me see. I couldn't see any Schreger lines on this part. The only part I was curious about was on this part up here. There were some kind of, I don't know, look again, hang on. And if you're curious about, no, I don't see any. So it's probably bone or some kind of like resin. If you think they're too cute to sell, I don't think they're me though, but I like how they pop against my hair. Lost my train of thought. I have some videos about how to identify ivory. I'm thinking about revamping them because it's been a few years ago, so why not? I can bust out my ivory box. So what I do is when I get ivory, whether from Goodwill blue boxes or in a jewelry jar, even if I see it at a thrift store, one time I got a bracelet. There were 3 bangles for like $1, and one of them was an ivory bangle. And so I get it, and I have just a box that I keep it all in. I've been going back and forth about sending it to these. You can send them to educational places where they educate people about, the horrors of ivory. But yeah, and I know that there are there are ways to sell it if it's a certain age and all of this, but you have to have documentation and paperwork. And why am I turning red? And like the rules are different in different places. So I just have them in this box and use them for educational purposes. So maybe that's what I'll do. So these, see, as you can see, you see how it's a little bit darker here? This part, not so much. This is where I got thrown, where it's a little bit kind of like when ivory starts aging, it'll start kind of turning yellower and darker. Anyway, off on a tangent. Anyway, we'll talk about ivory another time. So if I were to go ahead and sell them, those are mother of pearl. You know, these, no, that I wouldn't sell them for $1. I would definitely, because they're for sure vintage. So, and I haven't really seen anything quite like them. Yeah, so I'd probably put them up for $20 or so, maybe more. You know, put them, and I always do best offer. The thing is that there's so much bone and stuff like that out there, and so many reproductions of, oh look, hey, there they are. Huh, how about that? Vintage Asian. They must just have them on a card, because for sure they didn't come on that card. Hand carved. This is mother of pearl though. Mine are not mother of pearl at all, unless they just have them wrong. Let's click on it and find out. Not to school anybody. I'm not being ugly, I promise. Oh, but look, there's our screwbacks. Ooh. Okay, let's screw it. Oh, those are mother of pearl. But they look very similar to mine, don't they? Cool, but mine are not mother of pearl. Okay. All right. Hi, I Spy Queen. Sorry, we'll go off on a jewelry tangent. All right, next up, I got these bangles, which I also really liked. And they are Banana Republic. So they were not, this is the thing too, they were not all marked individually. So I had to look inside all of them. And the reason I went ahead and did, like, if it was just, you know, some bangles, but the reason I was like, no, I think these are going to be marked, I really felt confident, was because when I was looking at them with my loop, you can see on the inside, there's no wear. So if, and I do think they're gold, like gold tone, not gold. They're not gold, but being a higher quality, you know, lower quality stuff, that inside where it gets rubbed against your wrist and stuff all the time is going to start wearing down. So when I noticed that it wasn't worn on the inside, I started really hunting for a maker's mark. I'm missing you too. Hi. So I did find the BR for Banana Republic on one of them, not all of them. And so Banana Republic is a really good brand for costume jewelry. Can be. And so it's worth looking up if you find it. I don't think I actually saw these exact ones, but as you can see, here's a couple of Banana Republic bangles. This is designer women's. Here we go. $28 there, $28 on those. You know, they're steady sellers. Some are more than others. But it's worth looking up, and I can't find it, so I'm just going to stop. But you get the idea. Like, some of them can be in the 30s. Some of them are a little less. Oh, here we go. This one's pretty similar. There's one -1 for me, and these sold for $12.99. So, hey, not bad for 50 cents or something like that. I can probably sell them for. And if you're about to start hating on me for selling something for $12, come and pay my bills. But because I'll pay, I don't care. If I can get something for cheap and sell it for $10 and make however much, then I'm going to do it. Like I say. And if you are like, oh, it's not going to sell for enough. And I get people's, you know, everybody has a different strategy for that. But, you know, unless you're putting food on my table, then mind your business. All right, next up is this little, I have a thing for frog prints. I love it, but I actually don't collect any frog print stuff. I might have a charm, another frog prints charm. I'm trying to get where you can see it. So this is a little frog prints. I can't get it to focus for you. Anyway, it's a little frog prints Chico's charm. And it could be a zipper pull because it has like could be a zipper pull or something like that as well. Again, I believe this was about $1/4. And I only saw it. I didn't see one that had sold, but I saw one. Let me pop it off. Sold listings. I saw one in a lot that somebody had for sale right here. I think I really feel confident that I could sell it on its own for about $15 because there are probably other people like me that like frog prints, and he's pretty cute and he's sturdy and got lots of bling and fun for zippers. All right. Then, 1928, another one of my brands that I like to pick up for jewelry. So if you're not a jewelry person and you're wanting to kind of start diving into it, this is a brand that can be, well, it's a steady seller. I'm trying to get the necklace part. Oh, it got tangled. You know how I feel about tangles. All right. When I do my jewelry unboxings, when there's tangles, I put music over it and speed it up. And that way you don't hear me cursing. So we're all winning. There, I think I did it. Oh, in record time. All right. So 1928 makes jewelry that looks vintage, right? Or antique. So if you see something like so, then it's definitely worth checking out. The backs, so sometimes there'll be, let me show you both. Sometimes there'll be a tag, and the hang tag says 1928 on it. This camera is not cooperating. So I'll show you on a picture. And then sometimes if it doesn't have it, sometimes the brooches or earrings or such won't have it, but then the backs of it, I'll pop a picture up so you can see. There's a specific kind of swirly pattern to the back. Pardon. So here you can see, now this one, sold for $8. Again, I'm going to take it off of auctions because I don't feel like looking at auctions gives you a really good representation of what you could get. So here you see, this one sold for $16. And again, there are some that sell for more, some for less. This one sold for $25. This one for $29. And all I typed in was pink rose, gold tone, filigree. This one sold for $18. But 1928, if I just type in 1928 jewelry, you'll see there's like so much. Look at this crazy lot. Somebody sold for like $400 something. I wanted to find here. I'm sure these earrings will have the backing that I want to show you so you can see the swirlies that I'm talking about. So if you see, like, it's not marked 1928, this brand generally has this kind of swirly pattern on the back, so you can identify it. Cool. All right. Then the next thing I got is a Hallmark. It's a Hallmark brooch. So vintage Hallmark brooches, do they still make them? They're so much fun. But this one I've never seen before. And it's a heart with wings, and you pull it, and guess what? The wings will fly. Isn't that so cute? Now, here's the thing. When I looked it up, in the marking, let me show you. On the back, it'll say, you can't really read it, but it's right there. Hallmark, such and such, specifically. When I looked it up, because here's what I want to point out. If you were to try to find this, what would you type in, right? Hallmark, brooch, heart, wings, pull string, maybe Valentine's Day. I don't think I put that in there. But when I typed in the keywords, when I was looking for it, I didn't find one. So when you're creating your titles, think about what the person's going to be looking for because then I went and searched it another way, and then I found one. So, here I put Hallmark cards, heart, brooch, wings, pull string, and it didn't come up. Lots of other ones, right? Lots and lots. When I did a Google search, another one popped up. Hallmark pin, Valentine's, wind up heart, wings, pull string. But I don't know why. It did not show up when I typed in my search. This person has it up for $15. Oh, and here's another thing I was going to talk to you about. So on this one, and again, if this is your listing, it's beautiful. And I can't tell if it works because if the string is all the way out, I'm thinking, ooh, is the motor sprung? Is it working? I don't know, because normally you would have to pull the string to make it work, right? And so what I would suggest is to add a video into your listing, which I have a video for. I'll show you what it looks like. So there's a video. This one, I've done a couple of them. I can update it. But it's really super easy to put a video into your listing where you just have a little video clip and you've got where they can see it, they can hear it, they can not smell it. But anyway, it makes it a little, gives it a little more oomph. And, so here you can, I made a little, I'm not going to make you listen to it, but any of the little videos, anything that'll move or make sound or do all kinds of stuff like that, it's a good idea to put a little video into your, and I even did it for some of the items that I had that were, let me show you an example. Like, it wasn't necessarily even super expensive, but I had a bracelet that was, well, it was kind of pricey, Alexis Bitar, but it had like this, when you turn it a certain way, like you could really, I messed up on that. When you turn it a certain way, it changes color. And so it's really hard to capture that just in a photograph, right? So it's a good idea to put a little video into your listing. And it's really super easy. Okay, next, super fun glasses. These I found for a quarter, 25 cents. Ready? And these are Reactomatic. So they're supposed to get darker in the sun. I couldn't find these exact ones, but I didn't know the brand either. The reason that I grabbed them was because I could tell they were vintage and the frames were fantastic. And so I'd never heard of this brand before, Renaud. It turns out it's a good one. Renaud, and I'll show you. And then on this side, it says Reactomatic. Now, I also couldn't find another Reactomatic. What I did find was a Reactomatic like ad. So look, vintage Renaud of France, Elvis sunglasses. Renaud sunglasses, $122. Look at, see, this is why I'm like, what? Auctions. Can't trust them. This has got different ones, 99 bucks on those, 61, etc., etc. You get the idea. However, I couldn't find these. And I did search for Reactomatic and all of this other stuff. Let's see. I must have closed it out. Vintage Renaud sunglasses, Reactomatic. So these will have to be ones that I go out into the sun. Let me take off sold so you can see. I couldn't find one. I even looked on Etsy, but where did they go? There were ads. Hang on, there were. Renaud sunglasses, Reactomatic. Anyway, there were advertisements that were selling for like $17 for these Reactomatic sunglasses. I closed it up, you guys. I closed it up. So remember that it was silver gray. Okay. Anyway, there's that. Then there were a few other little jewelry bits, and then I have another pair of sunglasses to show you. So wait. Okay. Share what? Did I miss something? Share. I don't know. Okay, so I've got this little brooch, butterfly, open. Oh, I just noticed it's missing a little curses. I just noticed it's missing a stone. Boo! Okay, well, maybe it'll go in a jewelry lot. Then I got this little cute pumpkin. This is stone of some sort. I don't know what it is. So, yeah. So I'll have to figure out, what that might be, whether it's dyed howlite or just something else. So there's that. I didn't get a chance to look all these up. I ran out of time. This really pretty, and this is either glass or some kind of stone as well. I'll have to figure it out. It looks brown for you, but yeah, I guess it's kind of brownish purple. And then I love stones. I love rocks and minerals and all kinds of things, but I cannot remember them all. So please, if you know what some of these are, let me know. This is a stone. When in doubt, I say agate. And it's got this really cool veining, only my camera is choosing to. Somebody gave me a really good idea before, and I've forgotten what it was, on how to get it to focus. And I've forgotten what it was. So, but I have this set up now where I can get my jewelry cam going again. This is another one that it's really bothering me that I can't remember what stone this is. So this is a wire wrapped I want to say it's fluorite. You see how it's got that waxy sheen on it? There's a name for that in geology, and I have forgotten. Oh, my geology teacher. How she would be disappointed. And then I got some little cute silver earrings. These are silver. You can see the tarnish on them. I need to polish them up a little bit. And there is a mark. One of them was marked. And at the moment, I can't find it. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go ahead and show you the last pair of sunglasses. And I'm not going to play the song, but I'll have a bonus for you if you can tell me who this reminds you of. I'm trying to think of a giveaway I can do. I'll do a giveaway. If you here we go. I'll send you the pumpkin. I will send you the pumpkin if you can name the song that these sunglasses remind. These are Massimo brand, which even fits for this as well. Let me make sure I don't have the name showing. Now, this is not to be confused with their original song. So when I saw these sunglasses and I put them on, I was like, oh my gosh, this reminds me of this song. So it's Adam Sandberg, Justin Timberlake, Susan Sarandon, and oh my gosh, I can't remember her name. John Lennon would certainly be an artist, a musician that would but this song makes me smile every time. And if you like inappropriate songs that are funny, then their original song got them into a bit of trouble in the video. Nobody, oh my gosh, help me. Yeah, it's hilarious though. If you like slightly inappropriate stuff. I'll give it a second. No, nobody. Oh well. Okay, so I'm gonna scroll up. The song is called Mother Lover. And the original song that they did was called Beep. It starts with a D. Beep in a box. Coral, large coral in a box. But then they did a follow-up song. Anyway, it's really funny. And when I saw these glasses, it reminded me of Adam Sandberg's character in that. Right? I don't know. It made me laugh. Just look at him. Can I get him? Can I zoom on him right there? His cheesy 90s glasses, right? What is it, dog? Anyway, all right. All right. As long as I can make myself laugh, that's all that really matters, right? Okay. I think I did okay. I'm for sure going to make, we talked about this song, still forgot. Every Mother's Day, I post it on my Facebook feed. I think I might have posted an image of it on my Instagram, but I don't know if people would always appreciate it. But anyway, it's hilarious. So I think I'm going to do okay with my pickups. I did actually go to Goodwill and buy some things, which I'll share later. I'm trying not to buy a ton of stuff right now because I'm still working on my inventory and doing inventory, making sure I have everything there. As I've been going through my inventory, I am finding things that weren't listed, magazines, comic books, all kinds of stuff. So I'm making a whole separate pile of things that just weren't listed. And if you're interested, I'm going to share a video about my process for that. Yeah, because it's been really, really helpful. It makes me feel a lot more secure going forward with my store because I was having I got to below seller standard because I was having things go missing or misplaced. And this way I feel really secure knowing like I know where everything is. I know I've got it all. I know, all of the things. So moving forward, I can take that stress off my plate. All right, you guys, thanks so much. And if you haven't, please hit subscribe and like and comment and all that nice stuff because it really does tell YouTube how much you care. And I will talk to you later. I hope you're having a great weekend. Bye, everybody.